If you knew what goes on in an hour, you wouldn't just be watching this live.
A lot of damage can be done to a child in a very short amount of time.
People rape children with staircase banisters. You don't understand I can't sleep because I get stuck in my nightmares. I can't sleep because I hate to dream because I get stuck. And when I wake up, it doesn't feel like it was just a dream. I try not to sleep because I don't want to deal with the hell that goes on in my mind too, but it doesn't matter because nobody knows the truth.
Most survivors are up all night. They're awake all night, every night. There are survivors, there are male survivors who, during ritual times or ritual days, they'll have blood in their underwear from being raped rectally, even though it's been 30 years later. They'll still have the same pain. Survivors relive that stuff. Every ritual holiday, survivors go through all that pain like it just happened. Which is why I say once they get out, things aren't better.
No, I had a conversation with the dancer one day because she's like, "What is your problem?" Because I never get an attitude with somebody, especially when I work. I get up, I go do what I'm supposed to do, and sometimes people are like, "Why are you so happy?" And I'm like, if you only knew, if you only knew that this is my clown face. If you only knew this is not what you think it is. People don't understand that I've been tied up so many ways that my hips are not okay. I walk funky because of things that have been done to me. They get to still be free, and they get to be essential Hollywood. Not just them, but low-grade people. I'm not just talking about the elite celebrities. I'm not just talking about elite celebrities. It was in my family. It was in my babysitters. I dealt with it through my daycares, my preschools, all of the schools that I freaking went to, my foster homes, you name it. My therapist, my counselors, my school teachers. I can't tell you how many times somebody attacked me and I'm sitting there like, was it me? Because I feel like I bring something ugly out in people. I could not be doing anything. My mother has been sitting right there and I'm just like, I don't know what's in me that people just don't know. And people are like, oh, well, there was, before this, you just had no idea that I scrape myself off the ground all the time. Literally get up in the morning crying and screaming because I can't feel my legs. I'm damn near throwing myself out of the window because my nightmares are so bad that I'm trying to get away from them in my sleep. And when I wake up, I've like torn up my room or damn near thrown myself out of the window or worse. Sometimes the nightmares get so bad I have like ab reactions. So if you don't know what ab reactions are, if you slap someone in the face and they get a welt, and then if they
20 years later, if somebody has a flashback again, that welt will actually appear on their face, or hands that choking your throat will actually appear. They relive that pain over and over and over and over and over in the realest way. There's grown men that are survivors, like I said, that will have rectal bleeding every year during the rituals. Welts, bruises, survivors relive that over and over and over. It doesn't stop, it doesn't get better. It's just part of a survivor's life.
I wish I could some peace, but I feel like the reason why I can't stop hearing the things that I hear is because I know so much. I feel like I'm keeping secrets now, and I feel like I'm just as guilty. You can never unhear the sound of someone raping a newborn baby and their ribs cracking and their body breaking. You can't unhear that. You can't unsee it. You can't take anything back. The screams, the smells. I could hear a kid screaming in the pool, and my PTSD will go off the chain. I will lose it thinking that somebody's hurting somebody unless I know that that's a kid having fun. That's not even the worst part. If I told you guys the worst part, y'all wouldn't be able to sleep tonight. The reason why I'm not telling you the worst part is because the basics are something that people need to get their hands around before they get their hands around what is next.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the one that goes and drags the pedophiles out of their house and tears them limb from limb. But we don't want to be the ones that stop sending our money to cricket organizations. We don't want to be the ones that turn off the TV. We don't want to be the ones that stop going to movies.
Yeah, the money situation, like...
we got to start with the little things. We got to clean up our own selves and our own complicit behavior before we can move on to the big things. We all are complicit. Every American, even me, I'm still complicit. I have to stop listening to certain music. I've got to turn off the TV. I've got to stop and be careful where I'm putting my money and look and see who's doing what with the money. And we're all complicit. So we got to start with the little things before we can go after the big things. That makes sense.
Yeah.
How many magazines, People magazine, how many Inquirers do you have in your home? How many celebrity books do you have in your home? How much of your money goes to buying things that celebrities recommend or buying their brand? Or we can disrupt their demand. We can stop some of this stuff with just a little bit of changes in our day-to-day life. That's harder to do than actually going and dragging a pedophile out of their home. Everybody wants to do the big grand gestures, but nobody wants to do the hard work and the little things first.
Yeah.
Disrupt the demand. That's on us.
And nobody understands, like, oh, so I'm just stopping this person from having sex with this kid? No. You're stopping this person from using your kid as cattle. Worse than cattle. They don't even brand kids anymore. They put virtual tattoos in them so you can scan them like a price scanner. People don't brand anymore. They put those electric barcode tattoos under your skin, so that the only thing you gotta do is go up to somebody with a phone and beep, you're $30. People, it's an industry that has been alive, well functioning, and very well funded for a very long time. People don't understand how much you're kind of adding to it.
We haven't even talked about labor trafficking or any of those things. Who's making your clothes? Who's making the things you use every
He's like,
day?
can you give me a recap of your story? I don't even think I know a recap of my story. There is no short summary. There really isn't. That's why we started making videos slowly. Because there is no short summary. None. I went through so much that you... It's a lot. A lot of information. A lot of things happen. I saw a lot of things happen. When you're being taken in for an auction order, if you're not the one on deck, or if you're not the one that they're checking out, if it's that type of auction, because it doesn't always have to be the auction where you individually get bid on. Sometimes you could get bid on in groups. They treat you like product in retail. So sometimes it's an individual bid. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a package. You can get 2 girls. You can get 3 girls. You can get a Mexican, black, and Indian girl. It's a package. But if you're individually, I have been strapped to tables and beds and all kind of things and had to watch other people go through things. And they didn't make it. They'll never be able to tell you their story. They'll never be able to tell you what their first name was. You'll never know what their smile looked like. You'll never know what their tone of voice would have sounded like. You don't know where they come from, what's their last name, what's their first name, or let alone their favorite color. There are a lot of people who are my friends. They're more than my friends. When you are forced to have sex with somebody, make sure that you have this connection, that they don't kill you. Kind of get on a different level of a bond. It's kind of more than just borrowing your lipstick. There's a big difference. There's foster kids. They're so quick to, hi, how are you? Because why? That's what they know. They don't have parents. So they know that I have to talk to you because I might have to live with you. So in order for me to live with you peacefully, I'm going to have to say something to you. So automatically, you're very open. Very vulnerable, very easy to just talk to and approach. Kids in foster care, in 2 seconds, they'll be like, I want to go home with you because somebody treats me nice. Because someone treats them nice. So imagine what they do to trafficking survivors. You have to, if there's like an auction or something going on, you are minding your P's and Q's. You have other people who are watching and they're taking note that whatever you do wrong, you definitely don't want to do that. We're going to take 3 questions real quick and then we're going to go. The Zoom meeting is going to take a minute to set up, y'all. That's going to take a minute to set up. We don't really have that much manpower right now. Like, just adding you guys to my Instagram is a lot. I'm adding to other platforms, trying to answer messages, trying to even go through messages. I still can't get past the first 500 messages in my inbox because it refreshes. So people that have texted me right when this began, I probably will never see that message. Honest to God. There are people who are like, there's somebody trying to get in touch with you. I probably will never see that message because it's that far down. We still need help, but we don't know who we. Y'all can see my lace.